Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marotti, joined by...
I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
Fans, before we get into this great episode, let's hear from some of our friends. Are you part of a non-profit organization, a youth group looking to raise cash for your cause? Stay tuned at the end of this video to learn how you can bring the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation to your town live, featuring the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Portland. On Saturday, August 31st, feel the thrill of WWE Live.
The age of Rollins is here, and we are going to burn it down!
See Seth Rollins collide with Baron Corbin for the Universal Championship. Plus, Becky Lynch takes on Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's Championship. And don't miss AJ Styles and Braun Strowman. It's WWE Live on Saturday, August 31st. Tickets and WWE Superstar Experience packages are available.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
All right, fans, welcome back. Tony, we're back from an emotional episode that we had not too long ago. I'm sure the fans are commenting with furor on that as you enjoy
and all pissed off at me.
Your spinach calzone. This episode, Tony, you want to talk about a situation where some may be pissed off about. We had a situation this past week, a couple of days after the Raw reunion, with Jimmy Uso, the son of Rikishi, one half of probably the greatest tag team of this decade. Jonathan Fatu, he was arrested for the second time this year. In this instance, he was arrested down near Pensacola, Florida, for drunk driving, a DUI. He had a disorderly conduct charge filed against him in Detroit back in February of 2019. Not the best situation to report about, with WWE trying to stay in that PG parameter. WWE said Jonathan Fatu is responsible for his own personal actions, which I can understand, but at the same time where not only Jimmy Uso, but the brother Jey Uso, he was arrested in early 2018 in Houston, Texas, for the same thing, for a DUI. So I ask you, do you think this is a situation where you have one of the Usos that may have an alcohol problem, or B, is it the boys being the boys? And in your opinion, what is the resolution to this situation where you have what appears to be chronic DUIs with these brothers? I think they're phenomenal talents. They come from a family I respect a great deal. I know Rikishi has been with us here in the Millennium Wrestling Federation in the past. He's a good guy. I have the utmost respect for the Samoans. But you know what? If you have a disease, an alcohol problem, you fix it. But B, if the problem is you just want to be out in one of the boys, listen, I take nothing away from someone that wants to have a good time after a professional wrestling event. But you look at my body, Tony, my body is in the condition it's in with a cane at under 40 years of age because of a drunk driver. I say, you know what? If you want to go out and have fun and drink, take the fucking keys out of your hands and have someone else do the driving.
I couldn't agree more.
Let's hear it.
Well, you see, one of the reasons why I was so forgiving of Vince, because Vince could have never done to me what he done to me if I didn't present the opportunity. Them guys are on top of the world. And this is what I'm saying about the young people today. They lost appreciation. They're taking their position and taking their job lightly. They have lost appreciation for the position that the WWE put them in. They've, like I said, great talent, and I like both of them kids.
Outstanding
But
talent.
sometime in a person's life, they have to mature. They're not mature yet. Everybody know you don't drink and drive. And with their type of money and they fame, there would be a lot of wrestling fans would drive them guys around for free.
Absolutely.
Just to hang out with them.
Right.
When I used to party back in the Georgia, remember I told about Fred Chaney and all these guys? Well, these guys are not wrestlers that I talk about all the time. They're just regular fans. And Fred Chaney used to take me in Atlanta take me to the club. I got sloppy drunk. Fred wouldn't drink. Or he knew he had to take me back to my room. And I traveled with other promoters and stuff. When I drive, you can ask anybody that ever worked for me. I work with you. You never saw me come here drunk or stoned. Never. When I worked with Tony Rummer, you never saw me coming to the show drunk or stoned. If I have to drive. Now, I may come there if Bill Silver is driving.
Sure, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you know.
This is a day and age where people are too sensitive about everything. They're oversensitive. This is a very serious situation.
Yes, but this is different because, like you say, a drunk driver almost made you
me and cheeky baby.
Yeah, you know, almost, and then you know when you look at when you drunk, you not only putting yourself in danger, you putting it on the way down here. The reason I was running late, there was a car on 95 around exit 7 in Maine that had flipped over.
Wow.
Several times. It looked like a pancake. How on a bright day like that you're going to flip a car? Easily. You stoned. I have seen people drinking and driving and they cause the death not only of themselves, but to others. You're a danger to other people. You know, he could drive home and hit some lady got an infant child in the back seat.
Right.
And kill the kid.
Someone that's not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, you have to.
Which is what happened to me and the Sheik and Commissioner Von Johnson.
They've been there long enough to know better. Come on, them guys got enough money. Get what call it, Uber?
Uber, yeah.
Yeah.
Uber it. Is that your answer? Yeah.
Whatever the name of that gum. I don't use it, but I know, you know, you could do it. You could put it on your credit card and get a discount and everything. They would take you wherever you want to go. You know, there's transportation out here where a person don't have to. If you want to have yourself a good time, just like you said, the only day they can't get a designated driver, but they got enough companies that be glad that you can hire them for the day. With Vince, I go to work for the WWE with Vince, WrestleMania stuff. He have a bus or even a car to come pick us up.
Well, he's in a situation where he has to drive himself. Which I understand. But
don't drink.
Exactly. Now look at it like
this. Wait till you get back to the room.
In a day and age like this, let's look at the intelligence behind it. Jey Uso, anyone can make a mistake. Early 2018, Jey Uso arrested for a DUI. Anything can happen. Now this is his twin brother that he works with and travels with. A year or so later, he's in Detroit with his wife. Now this is Jimmy Uso now. He's arrested. Then on Raw Reunion this past week from Tampa, Florida, John Cena kind of got some digs in on the two Usos for their arrests during an in-ring promo. What happens 3 days after John Cena cuts that promo? Jimmy Uso arrested for the second time in 2019 for alcohol-related incidents behind the wheel of a car.
See?
That's ridiculous. That is irresponsible. And WWE's comment on the situation was, Jonathan Fatu is responsible for his own personal actions.
And they're right.
Well, when WWE puts them out there as superheroes to these kids, and this tag team has 3 different alcohol-related driving incidents and arrests in less than 2 years, I think there's a problem there. I think that's a little crock of shit, to be honest with you.
I don't think it's a problem. I think it's just 2 young kids.
They're 33 years old. They know better.
They're young kids to me. They're 2 young kids that is taking their job and their position for granted.
If you were WWE being a publicly traded company, would you want your superstars being reported in the newspaper several times a year being arrested for these offenses?
Of course not.
Would your response be that the human person is responsible for their own actions?
Of course we are. Beefcake babysit them guys, they grown men.
Do you think they should send them to some kind of an alcoholics program?
I don't know if that's going to help. They son their father there.
Do you, who, Junior? Rikishi?
Yeah, what was the one, the big one there? They son one of them there. He passed away, that one, the big guy.
Umaga.
Yeah.
That was, that would be their uncle.
Yeah, their uncle, they son him.
And you think maybe they'd learn, not to knock Umaga, but to learn from a situation like that.
You send to rehab, and then they would turn right around and still do it. But I think their father should talk to them.
Rikishi.
I know Rikishi.
Jr. He's a good man.
He's a
I have
wonderful.
a lot of respect for Jr.
I got a lot of respect for him. So they not doing their father any good. I don't want to sit here and badmouth them kids because I did a lot of stuff myself.
I don't want to badmouth them either because I have a lot of respect for what they go out there and do night in and night out.
But they got to cool that because
they, like you said, they could kill someone out there for their night of fun.
Yeah, but the main thing, even if they don't, they're going to destroy their career because what they do, they're giving the WWE reason
to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's a period of time where WWE doesn't want to get rid of anybody because of the new AEW group that's got big money.
Vince did what he did to me because I, Tony Atlas, put myself in that position where he could do that to me. And that's what I'm afraid these kids going to do to themselves. They're going to put themselves in a bad position where they're not going to be able to afford the lifestyle that they have. Nothing is forever. They feel that the bubble is never going to burst. Mm-hmm. They feel that where they're living now and what they got now and that will last forever. But Vince is like an octopus. He got many tentacles. And they may want to go into the music industry. Then a phone call comes from Vince, hey, you know, I had this and this problem that got this. Okay. I don't know if we want to invite that problem into our company.
Right.
It don't just hurt you with the WWE, it hurts you with commercials. Because who want to make a commercial with you when they know that you classify as a lawbreaker? We all know the law. We all know the consequences of our actions. So I hope that these kids will, you know, someday figure out that that is not the way to go. Get a designated driver.
Yeah.
That's all. Just don't drive. That's not just for them. That's for anybody out here. You know, you could change your life. They could be in an accident where they both end up paraplegic for the rest of their life.
And ruin their careers that way.
Ruin their whole career.
Or even worse, hurt someone else.
They already had damaged their career. Already. Trust me. I know Vince. Mm-hmm. They're on the shit list now.
Well, I think it's just so irresponsible, Tony.
They have already hurt their career with Vince.
From an in-ring point of view...
Who are the tag champions now?
I think the Revival on Raw.
They already hurt themselves.
All right, well...
They got that belt again?
Again, I just
want to... You think
they're
going to have that strap around their waist again?
I think they will.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? No. You don't think they'll wear the Raw Tag Team titles again? Fans, you heard it from the Hoffer. I'm interested to see if that prediction comes to fruition. But
Vince ain't going to take that chance with his company.
Again, probably the best tag team of this century I've seen so far. They are phenomenal.
Well, look at me in my day.
Why flush the opportunity down the toilet to go and drink?
Go on the tape.
It's absurd to me.
Look at how Tony Atlas looked and could move in that ring.
You were much bigger than they were. And look at what happened with you. All right. Tony,
everybody is replaceable. And Vince made them, Vince could make another. He probably prepping another team to replace them right now.
Down in
they
NXT.
probably walk around the dressing room right now and fired, don't even know it.
Like Teddy Long used to say, yeah.
Well, yeah, because the way the company worked now, in my day, was just about wrestling. Now, if the company would stay that way, I would say no, nothing. But Vince can't market alcoholic. He can't market.
He can't market drunks to Mattel action figures. He can't market drunks to the video games. He can't market drunks to the kids' novelty companies.
Yeah, Mattel going to say, you know, how are we going to do this? You know, how are we going to do this? These guys got a record.
Their talent should speak for itself. They're great talents.
Yeah, you know, like
and they've done a lot of great charity work.
Yeah, if you want to make stuff, all that comes up because they want somebody that is drug-free, alcohol-free. When Slim Jim had Randy Savage to do the Slim Jim commercial, Randy Savage was a spokesman for Slim Jim.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So whatever Randy Savage do at that time, don't just reflect on the WWE, it reflect on Slim Jim too.
Right.
Because they had invested money into this guy to promote their product. And it's hard to promote a product with somebody that got that type of record. Like when Mike Tyson went to jail for what he did. How many commercials have you seen with Mike Tyson in it?
You can't put a rapist in a TV commercial.
Another guy, Olympic champion, 7 minutes, beat Mark Smith record.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Well, he was in Olympia, a swimmer.
Yeah. Oh, I think I do know who you mean. Anyone? Yeah. Michael Phelps.
Yeah, got caught hitting the bum there.
Yeah.
Lost millions of dollars in endorsement. You don't hear nothing of this guy. The best swimmer in the world. Ever. The best swimmer ever walked the face of the earth. And you don't see him nowhere on nothing. I think I saw something, they gave him a little something a while back, but then it was over with. Now, how can you be that great in a sport, win 7 or 8 Olympic gold medals? Nobody got this. And they can't make a quarter with him.
There you go.
Ain't worth a quarter. Hitting that pipe.
Is it worth it?
I hope so. I hope that was a damn good dope because he gave up millions, because these companies can't have him representing their product.
Right.
And that's where the thing, see, it's not just up, everybody always look at WWE. Well, Vince is in the entertainment business. He wants guys to be able to make movies with guys, like The Miz and Cena is doing. Yeah. He wants guys that he could do commercials with, you know. He wants guys that could sell product for other companies, because that's where the big money's at. Vince make more money putting Kofi Kingston in a commercial than he will putting Kofi Kingston in WrestleMania, Madison Square Garden, and everything else.
Yeah.
For the year.
Right.
You know, he's more valuable to Vince in a commercial than he is in the arenas.
Randy Savage used to pay for himself being in the Slim Jim commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the good money, plus the guy, every time that commercial play, the guy get a check.
Extra payday, right.
Yeah, he get a payday. He don't even have to do that one commercial. Every time they show that commercial, WWE and Savage got paid.
Yeah.
You know? So a company that going to invest that type of money into anybody to represent them, you hurt yourself all the way around. So somehow you have to, you know, and I'm nobody, how I know when I'm saying the truth, I've done it.
You did what they did already.
I did it. That's how I know it's wrong.
Well, Tony, I got to say this again. I don't want to come across as some old crotchety person saying, don't go out and have fun after the shows. Go out and have fun, but just do it responsibly. Don't put someone else's life at risk by stupidity. And second of all, when you're that talented in the ring, don't put your career in jeopardy so you can go out and have a few drinks after the events. It's ridiculous.
See,
it's absurd.
You're right, because the way the things work, when they end, I bet you the newspaper said this, said WWE wrestlers.
Correct.
See?
Correct.
I didn't even see it. But I bet you Vince company was mentioned. WWE wrestlers, so-and-so, so-and-so.
Absolutely.
And they talk more about the WWE than they did about them.
And
I bet you that.
not only do the articles mention WWE, but they bring up he was just arrested back in February of this year in Detroit, and they mention back in January 2018 the brother was arrested for the same incident. I don't know. They have kids, Tony, themselves. You can't be that irresponsible.
See, I wear this WWE Hall of Fame ring.
You're proud of it.
Very proud of it. And I wear the WBBG Hall of Fame ring.
You're proud of it.
Very proud of it. But if you should pick up a newspaper one day, if Vince pick up a newspaper and said, Tony Atlas has been arrested for cocaine possession, Vince going to have somebody to call me and tell me, Tony, you are no longer a Hall of Famer. You cannot represent our company no more. As long as I wrestle wearing this ring, I don't even have to wrestle for Vince to represent him.
You're still part of the family.
Well, with me, when I announced I'm WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
Yep. That's what you are.
When Hulk Hogan got angry and mentioned some words.
The N-word.
Yeah, that a lot of people found to be offensive, what did Vince do?
Bye-bye.
When Jimmy Snuka got in trouble with that incident that happened.
The murder.
Yeah, that happened years ago.
Bye-bye.
So
and they're a little higher up the food chain than the Usos.
They're a lot higher up the food chain than me. Vince would kick me out of the Hall of Fame so fast and make your head spin. He's not going to jeopardize his company
for the Usos.
For my stupidity. Well, it don't matter who it is. Don't have to be the
Anybody.
Usos. I don't care who you are. You gone. The Boogeyman lost his job for child support. Yeah.
He did?
Joe dang sure did.
I didn't hear. Now, what happened with that story?
That's where they released him the first time.
The first time they got rid of Boogie was because he owed child support?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he was brought back a week later.
Yep. I was sitting in the hall. It was during 2008, 2009 when they got rid of him.
Yeah.
Right. And what happened was he was talking to John Laurinaitis, and me and Mark Henry was, not trying to, but
you did.
But we did anyway. We listened to what we say, and then Johnny said, "Well, just go home and take care of it. Don't worry about it. You good with us. Just take care of it. Just take care of it." And Boogie was almost in tears. And then next I know, Mark Henry looked at me and said, "He's out of here."
Wow.
Because he knew Vince is not going to be dragging his name into a child support case.
WWE superstar,
they told
the
him,
Boogeyman.
that's right. They told him to go take care of it. But in the meanwhile, they released him until he took care of it.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Boogie is a man that's been here in this very studio.
Yep,
I like
child
Boogie. He's
support.
a good guy. Well,
he's a wonderful man.
Interesting
wonderful.
situation.
Because see, what ended up happening, I don't know, but just what I hear in the dressing room, I don't know if what I'm going to say is true or not. He was supporting a child that was not his. Oh. He went and had a DNA thing,
DNA test.
Yeah, DNA test to see if the child was here. Found out the child was not his. But he signed the birth certificate.
Oh.
See, a lot of men don't realize that, They signed the birth certificate. And even though he is not the biological father, he still had to pay child support.
Interesting.
A lot of guys don't know that. Once you sign that birth certificate, you the father, whether you biological or what, you are legally the dad. You owe child support.
That's rough.
I think that every child that's born, there should be a mandatory DNA test.
For every kid.
Every kid.
Well, that would help Connor Smith. I know he's
it
been
would help
throwing
a lot
on some birth certificates
you'd be
before,
surprised of how many kids that's sitting at home calling a man dead that is not dead.
Yeah.
I bet you I got a bunch of kids out here that some other man think is his.
I'm not surprised with the way you were back in the 70s and the 80s.
I had a lot of unprotected sex.
A lot.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. A lot of it.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. Yeah.
If I never get laid again in my life,
you still had a lot of it.
I had my share. I had my share and somebody else's too.
There you go.
I
did
had
well
no
for
problem
yourself.
when I was young getting laid. I mean, I got laid a lot.
How many times would you say, Tony?
At least over 1,000 easy.
Ric Flair has claimed 10,000. Do you think
Probably.
that number is true? And you only had 1,000.
Well, I'm just estimating. I don't know exactly. Nobody count how many
times. Well, you stopped in the early 90s when you had Monica.
How many people started counting every time they shot a load? I mean, it was in and out, baby.
You're going to have to ask Joe H.
In and out, baby. Sometimes it was an hour, sometimes it was 2 minutes.
There you go.
Sometimes we saw the girl once a month, sometimes we never seen her again.
Seen her again. All right, Tony.
In fact, my daughter was born on a one-night stand.
Now, was that woman a one-night stand, or was
it
it
was a one-night stand? I never thought I was going to see that woman again. Then
she wasn't
3 or 4
rat.
months. Yeah, she wasn't a rat. No, she wasn't that. She didn't even go to matches. Her friend was the fan.
The friend was the rat.
No, they wasn't a rat.
They just went to enjoy the show.
Every woman that went to a wrestling match without a rat.
But most of them.
I wouldn't say that.
All right. We'll have to ask Walter Hillside.
Yeah, out of all the females and all, maybe about 10 was rats. The rats.
10 rats per live event.
Yeah. Right. She didn't screw every wrestler. The only wrestler she laid with was me because she liked me. She thought I was attractive. So we had sex that night. Then about 3 or 4 months later, she came by the apartment. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" She said, "Oh, good. I'm pregnant." I said, "Oh, congratulations." I said, "Oh, congratulations." And she said, "You don't understand." I said, "Yeah." I said, "You pregnant?" I said, "I think that's good." She said, "But you don't understand." I said, "What?" She said, "You the father." I go, "Oh, wow."
And that must have been difficult.
Yep, I was 25
A big surprise.
Yep, I was in my mid-20s. And then she said, "Well, here's my number and where I'm at and everything." And I said, "Well, can you ask me one question?" She said, "Yeah, what is that?" I said, "What's your name?"
Oh, Tony, you didn't say that to
I
her,
didn't know
did
who the
you?
hell she was.
Oh.
It was a one-nighter.
How did
But
that
I ended
go?
up marrying her. I
You married her, even though you didn't know her name.
Well, I knew it later. She came
Yeah.
and started staying
Well,
with
that's
me.
good.
Once I didn't tell her get the hell away from me. I told her get her things, and because I called my mom.
You were a gentleman.
Well, my mom was.
Your mother was a gentleman.
No, my mother was no gentleman. Stop it.
No.
No. My mom said. I asked my dad, and I said, what should I do? He said, well, do you love her? I said, I don't really know her that well. And then my mom said, well, you love her that night, so marry her.
You respected Mrs. Atlas's thoughts.
Yeah, my mother said marry her because you don't want your kid to grow up be a bastard, and you want your children to know who you are. And so I married her. Marriage lasts about 8 months.
That quick?
8 months.
8 months? And
Yeah,
what
just-
happened at that point?
She never stopped loving the other guy.
Who was the other guy?
Some guy named Andy C. Something like I don't know.
Andy C?
That was his name. Yeah.
Andy C?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah. But she was deeply in love with this guy. I mean, I hear about him every day.
Are you sure that Andy C was not the father?
I don't know. I didn't do a DNA test.
So you're not even sure if Andy C could be the father?
Who are sure? There's no man out there sure. Unless
Well,
you
they
do a
have
DNA
DNA tests now.
That's the only way you're ever going to be sure. There's
His-
a lot of guys that probably got kids don't look like them.
Does your offspring resemble you at all?
Who?
Your offspring? A little. Well, maybe not so much.
Yeah. More like a mom. Look just like a mom.
Have you ever discussed this with Andy C?
No, I never met him.
You never met Andy C?
Never met him.
All right,
Never
well,
met him.
Tony,
I just hear this name day in and day out, and how
you're telling me she mentioned
how
Andy
wonderful
C
he
to
was
you
in
every
bed,
day.
How good
Andy
he was
C
in
was
bed.
good in bed.
And how he always spent time with her, and I'm always gone, and blah, 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 blah. I got so sick of hearing that guy, but he lived with me. I hear his name every day, every day.
And she actually called him Andy C.
But that's his name.
Yeah. I mean, did they spell it C-E-E,
I don't know.
or you don't know?
I just learned I spell my name.
All right, well, the twists and turns that these programs take, fans, we're going to take a brief timeout. We'll be back to wrap up the program. Stand by.
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
We're friends, Andre, please. Maybe you'll believe this, Hogan.
You will never, ever see it again.
Austin face to face with McMahon.
Nobody tells Stone Cold Steve Austin what to do or when to do it.
And that's the bottom line.
Neither of these superstars is leaving this match without a few scars.
The story will end with me becoming the Universal Champion.
I don't think I've ever seen two more evenly matched competitors in my life.
WWE's greatest rivalries, available online or wherever books are sold.
Wrestling fans, welcome back. Certainly, Tony, very interesting episodes. We can only hope the Usos well. We hope they learn from their mistakes and that there's no more incidents like this again for themselves or any of the boys out on the road.
Oh, you talking to me?
I was talking, you were the only Tony in the room. Yeah.
Well, you know I'm old.
Yeah.
You had to kind of wake us up here and then. They said,
well,
Tony, you could talk now.
I bet Andy C would stay awake.
Yeah, but see, it's not, I don't want to make drunk driving just on them kids because,
It's any of the boys.
well,
and anybody in
I don't
life.
care what sport
Yeah.
you could be in wrestling. You could even be working, like I work at the YMCA.
Right.
You know, if they found out that Tony Atlas fooled with, let's say, an underage girl, then you think the Y is going to want me representing their company?
No.
If I work for Pepsi Cola and they find out that I'm into something despicable,
Yeah.
you think they still going to want me working in their company?
Probably not.
No. See, when you work for any organization, you are representing that company you work for. You wearing their shirt, you wearing their logo, you cash their checks. So you are a part of that organization.
All right.
When you work for WWE, I don't care if you're a referee, I don't care if you're a wrestler, or you can even be the cook or the person that put up the ring. You still represent that company. That's your employer. And most companies, they don't want that bad reputation. They don't want it. You know, so you have to keep your nose clean more now than ever before. Because a lot of the reason we got away with what we did, if they was kept among the boys, there was no social media.
this would have never been reported 30 years ago.
No,
one
nobody
would
would
have
have known about it.
It would have been kayfabe, baby.
Oh, yeah. The only people that have known about it are people in that territory.
Right. In
But
Pensacola.
now, not only you, there's people in Japan know about that.
Yeah.
There's people in China know about that. Today is a global economy, global market, and you got social media.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could do in this days and time that once it hits social media, it goes all over the world. And so a person that got a product that they want you to represent, they're going to sell their product all over the world.
All right, wrestling fans, you heard it from WWE Hall of Fame.
Look at that guy that wanted to bake the cake. Wouldn't bake the cake for the gay. No, he didn't want to bake for the gay couple.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It went all over the internet, was all over it. There was a couple that was gay that wanted to get married. So they went to him to buy a wedding cake.
Wanted a cake.
They wanted him to make a wedding cake for their wedding. But these people, they was Christians, and they don't believe in homosexuality.
Yeah.
So they refused to bake them a cake. Well, it went everywhere. The guy said, "No, I ain't gonna bake no cake because I don't agree with your lifestyle."
Well, it sounds like a situation for
Oh
Tyrone
yeah, it
and
went all the
Larry
way to the
Dunn.
Supreme Court.
Yeah, did it?
Yeah, man.
And what happened to these cake bakers?
They released them.
Yeah.
They say they have a right to refuse.
Make the cake for the people they want to.
Right.
All right, well, again, for the Hall of Famer Tony Atlas and DC, I'm Dan Marotti. Until we speak again, folks, you and yours, be well. I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Let us tell you how the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation can help raise cash for your nonprofit cause. Experience the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation live in your city, throughout New England, the tri-state area, down through the Carolinas, out to our friends in the Midwest and beyond.
If your nonprofit organization is looking for an interactive turnkey experience while putting the fun into fundraising, you've met the perfect tag team partner to work with every step of the way.
The MWF offers a variety of packages for groups of almost any size, from our live events at the Boston Garden, the Kowloon Entertainment Dining Complex, and the legendary Suffolk Downs, to high school gyms and function halls. We've presented live events everywhere and anywhere.
Since 2001, the MWF's mission has been simple: keep the kids off the streets. Under the leadership of President David Reese, we bring the superstars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow to your town. Not for a wrestling show, but an event that features action-packed in-ring wrestling, autograph, pose photo opportunities, Q&A sessions, and so much more. It's the best of sports and entertainment. The week of your event, we can add on to the endeavor with anti-bullying campaigns, library meet and greet reads, youth sport concussion seminars, and more.
Our live events are fit for fans of any age from 5 to 95. This fall is part of our new Kids Club program. We offer live event experiences exclusively for the youngest of fans. On the flip side, we can produce a tailor-made event for fans of an older demographic as well. We work with you every step of the way to get the word out to fans near and far on our local television offerings and to over 50,000 fans and growing on our social media platforms.
Your success is our success. If your group has had enough of candy bar and wrapping paper sales and has the energy to team with our passionate fan base, bringing the NWF experience to your community is the answer to put smiles on faces while raising cash for your cause.
Contact us today to get the ball rolling for your custom-made event that you'll want to bring back year after year to your community.
Don't just take it from us. Here are the folks we've teamed up with in the past.